Okay, we're going to have a look at the area between a cubic curve, that's an x cubed curve, and the x-axis. So the example I'm going to do is sketch this curve, and then we're going to find the area between the curve and the x-axis. There's quite a wee bit in this now, so just take it nice and slowly. So for part A, sketching the curve, whenever I sketch the curve, I always set x equals 0 and then set y equals 0. If you set x equals 0, you get y to be 0. So that's your first point. If you set y to be 0, so 0 is here, you have something slightly more complicated. First of all, you can take out an x. Now you will always be able to do this because you are not expected to solve a cubic. A cubic's an x cubed. So you'll take out an x. Then what you'll do is you'll put each bit equal to 0. Now, it's up to you whether you want to try to factorise this or use the formula. I tend to use the formula quite a bit. If I can't see it straight off, I just use the formula. So A is 2, B is minus 3, C is minus 74. So x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So putting your wee numbers in, minus 3 is an ordinary 3. B squared minus 3 squared is 9. 4 times a times c, and just watch that minus 72 there, all over 2 times 2. So x is 3 plus or minus 9 plus 4 2s are 8. So 8 times 72 gives you 576, all over 4. So x is 3 plus or minus the square root of 585 all over 4. So that splits up into your two numbers, 3 plus the square root of 585 over 4, and x equals 3 minus the square root of 585 over 4. So just plugging those into the calculator. 3 plus the square root of 585, press the equals button, then divide it by 4 to give you an answer of 6.8. And then 3 minus the square root of 585, divide it by 4, press the equals after you do the top line, gives you minus 5.3. So what were we doing in that section? We had y equals 0. So that means you've got a point, x is 6.8, y is 0, and x is minus 5.3, and y is 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sketch out this wee graph here showing those points. Alright, so 0, 6.8 is about here, and minus 5.3 is about here. Because I'm only doing a wee rough sketch, I'm not going to be too concerned about the turning points in this one. The question will always tell you whether it wants the turning points or not. So what I'm going to do, it's a positive x cubed. So it starts off low and goes up. That's a positive curve, goes up at the beginning in the x cubed. Okay, so it's just a wee rough sketch there I was doing. Now I want the area of this. You can see the area is split into two distinct sections. So what I'm going to have to do for the area, I'm going to have to go here where my finger is, from minus 5.3 to 0, integrate the curve, and then I'm going to have to work out this area, and it's going from 0 to 6.8. I'm going to have to integrate the curve. Now do them separately. Don't be tempted to do it all in one go. Now this area here should work out to be positive, and this one should work out to be negative. So hopefully we'll get that as we go through it. So 2x4 over 4 minus 3x3 over 3 minus 72x2 over 2. And the numbers I'm substituting in, that's the first one, and do exactly the same for the second area. So it's 2x4 over 4 minus 3x3 over 3 minus 72x2 over 2. Put in 6.8 and 0. Okay, we've got a calculator work now. So looking at the first one, sub in 0. So 0 minus 0 minus 0. Take away, when you sub in, minus 5.3. So it's going to be minus 5.3 to the power of 4 divided by 2. Take away, those 3's cancel. minus 5.3 cubed minus, that's 36, times minus 5.3 squared. I'm just going to use a different colour to do the second bracket. For the second bracket, I sub in 6.8. So 2 over 4 cancels to a half. So it's a half times 6.8 to the 4. Take away, those 3's cancel. 6.8 cubed. 72 over 2 is 36. And put in 6.8 squared. Then take away when you put in 0. Very, very fiddly this, so it is. So the first bracket is a 0. Take away. Now hopefully we get the same answers for this. So 5.3 to the power of 4 divided by 2. The minus cubed is a minus, then a minus in front of that gives you a positive altogether. So it's plus 5.3 cubed minus 36. So it's minus 36 times 5.3 squared gives me minus 467.8. Now doing the red bit, the first red bracket, 6.8 to the power of 4 divided by 2. Take away 6.8 cubed. Take away 36 times 6.8 squared. Very, very awkward numbers. Minus 910. Take away 0. So the black one works out to be 467.8, which is what we were expecting because it's a positive. The red one works out to be minus 910, which is what we were expecting because it's under the axes. So whenever you're doing the total area, it's the black area plus the red area. So it's 467.8 plus 910, giving you an answer of 1377.8 units squared.